Welcome to STEM Careers, where we learn how experts turn their curiosities into discoveries in order to understand and make the world a better place. Today we will meet a plant physiologist.
My name is Jennifer MacAdam, and I'm a plant physiologist. What a plant physiologist does is they are interested in the way that a plant works internally.
Wow! Plants are all around us and can be seen as an everyday thing. However, when you look more closely, you will see a complex system that is fascinating to behold. Plants are like intricate puzzles with lots of pieces that fit together. There are big parts like stems, leaves, and roots, as well as tiny parts like cells doing all sorts of jobs, such as processing food and controlling growth. They help clean our air, provide needed nutrition, and supply important shelter and food to little friends. With so much to learn and understand about plants, it is important that we have plant physiologists.
The thing I like about plants is that they don't holler when you do something wrong. They're just endlessly diverse. Every plant species is different because it fits a slightly different niche. So how does it get water from the environment, and how does it arrange its leaves so that it captures sunlight appropriately? And when you see the structure of plants, the way their leaves and stems are arranged, they're different for every plant, but that plant is optimizing their interaction with the environment for the niche that they fit into.
With all this diversity among plants, a plant physiologist performs cool experiments to study and understand each variety of plant better. Just like a doctor helps people stay healthy, plant physiologists help plants stay strong and happy.
The thing that I view as my job is to solve problems. Before you can solve a problem, you have to try to decide what the problem is and then how you might solve it, and then you create a scenario, and then you put the research together and you go put plants in the field. And once in a while, things just come together and everything that you thought would happen happens, and you really are coming up with a solution. So I think the thing that keeps me going is the challenge of figuring out how to attack a problem, and then the kind of thrill when things really do start to work well. So the work is split between being in the lab, and then the field end of it is putting it into action.
In order to answer important questions and curiosities, it is essential that plant physiologists observe plants in their natural habitat. It is there that they perform experiments, gather data and samples for further study. This is what scientists call field work.
Once you're in the field, you just get to work and you make sure that everything gets done, and you buy the seed, and then you get the person to do the planting. We take a lot of plant samples and we have to preserve them, so we have to bring along dry ice so that they get frozen and so on and so forth. Working between the lab and the field is a really interesting balance because you get to see the work from start to finish, and you're involved in every aspect of it. The exciting part of it is that we're trying to do work that can be applied tomorrow, and we don't want to do things that are just simply theoretical.
Plant physiologists really make a difference in the world by helping to protect the environment, increase sustainability, and in Dr. MacAdam's case, improving agriculture.
As a plant physiologist, I work with forages, and forages are fed to ruminants generally. What we're trying to do is put some additional nutrition with grass. Animals are very particular about what they eat. You want good nutrition, and these are mothers who already have a baby and another one on the way, and so they really need good nutrition. And so how do we add that? Well, we plant these plants that really add the nutrition that they need. These are the plants that are good for the soil. The grasses add a lot of organic matter, which holds water and nutrients, and the legumes can add nitrogen, which allows things to grow. This project, working with plants that are at home on rangeland, has given me the opportunity to really learn in depth about some plants that I wasn't familiar with, and then to think about how they can make a living, so to speak, in their own environment, because we have soils that are super dry and yet they're supporting really tremendous plant growth. That's a question I would never have thought to ask of plants before. Getting to see plants struggling in their own environment and really succeeding is what gets me interested.
From agriculture to the environment, a career in plant physiology is incredibly important and will allow you to leave the world a better place. It is a job worth rooting for.
Every day, there are things that I enjoy tremendously, and every day when I go to the field, I notice something different, and then I've learned something that I didn't know before. I didn't start out as a plant physiologist. I started out just being curious about what I might be good at and what I might find satisfying. It wasn't that I had a burning passion for physiology, it was just that of everything I got exposed to, that was the thing that really clicked for me. I think the thing I enjoy most about what I do is the little successes along the way. When you make a plan and you put things in action and everything comes together and you see those plants flowering, it just brings me joy. It's small stuff, but it adds up.
So as you can see, a career in plant physiology is very rewarding, incredibly active, and important to the world. So go take a closer look at those plants around you and ask important questions. And if that sounds amazing, then plant physiology is the career for you.